start streaming. If it doesn't have video, it doesn't have video. And if the audio is messed up, the audio is messed up. All right, so that's starting, and I'll stop presenting. I'll let Cedric take over, and I will navigate to the website. I don't have the code for this week to get additional credits for this one. I didn't do that, but there is an entry in the Community Dev Fest. Cedric, you there, man?
I am.
All right, very good.
I was just thinking about where we were last week.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it as well. It's perform foundational infrastructure tasks.
SWB audio capture not
I'm
registered.
looking for the quest. Current.
So it's Quest 118.
Yep, I'm in that one. So here you go in the chat. The people in chat.
We've completed the quick start.
We've done all of the first three. So I think we're on cloud monitoring quick start.
Okay. So let me share a screen. Screen 3.
This is good. It's only 50 minutes. And yada, yada, yada. It'll work out good. By the way, since you live over near, I think it's Hope Valley is what that area is called. Have you been to a coffee shop called Joe Van Gogh's?
I have not.
Dude, I went over there yesterday for breakfast and coffee in the morning, and I was amazed at how good it was. I was like, this is going to be too much of a hipster yuppie place for me, but it was like really good.
Okay. I'll have to look that up and see if it's in bike riding distance.
Yeah, it's right over by that Ace Hardware near. I can't remember. Is that Jordan High School? Is over there?
Yes.
SWB audio capture not registered.
It's over in there. I did not know that. Yeah, I would definitely. That is definitely in riding distance.
I had to meet a guy one time. He's a friend of mine, and he comes here sometimes. He works for Toshiba now, and he wanted me to meet him at Joe's Bottle Shop, which is like a brewery or something right there. Which is it's like a bar, and it's got 2 floors. It's kind of a nice place. That's a little far from me. I'm south of the shopping center, whatever, the Cross South Point.
Yeah, that's not that far.
No, it's not that far, but it's like if you don't get out, I'm not going to bike it. it's go across the interstate and everything.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely be looking out for that. Okay. All right. So, cloud monitoring. So the overview here provide the visibility into performance, uptime, overall health of the cloud-powered application. What we're going to do in this lab, we're going to look at monitoring a compute engine. So we're just going to monitor a VM using cloud monitoring. So standard setup configuration, we'll log in, set up our credentials. We're going to be relying on the compute engine. So we're going to build this specific VM. We're going to use the central one. The zone is going to be 1A. The machine type is going to be an N1. Well, I'm sorry. The series is going to be an N1. The type is going to be a standard 2.
SWB audio capture not
We'll start
registered.
that up. So we can either do that from the console. Of course, we can do that from the GUI or from the SDK. We're going to add Apache to it. So we're going to present the web. We'll verify that that's there. And then we're going to get into the monitoring. So we're going to install the monitoring and log agents. So we're going to be using that from the, we're going to SSH into the VM and do that. And we go in, install the agent plugin and service. We'll come back to the console and we'll be able to check the uptime. It'll be querying the service. We'll see the response validation. We can set up an alert. Then we'll do an alert policy. We'll point to a specific agent type. I remember browsing through that. That'll be a line to go through. Set the notification, and we'll set an email address to receive it.
SWB audio capture not registered.
Who's to receive the email? Then we'll create a dashboard and a chart. It looks like our chart's going to be for the CPU load time. So then we should be able to see that. We'll create a second chart for received packets. And last but not least, we'll look at the logging. So we'll look at the Log Explorer. And we'll see what happens when we stop the VM. Best reflect VM changes, make changes to the instance. Let's see what happens with the monitors. Check the uptime and trigger the alerts. And that's basically it. All right. Anybody have any questions before we actually get started? Anybody have any experience going through and setting up monitoring before?
I think I've done something similar to this. I've definitely used logs. I mistakenly created the instance already, and I didn't select N1 standard 2. I'm going to go back and do that.
SWB
I
audio
wondered, did it pass
capture
for you?
not registered.
Did it just see an instance, or was it actually looking for the specific?
I didn't actually test the checkpoint. I just saw because after I did it, I was like, oh, I set N1, but I bet you I didn't set a 2 CPU version. So I had to delete it and wait for it to go away to recreate it. By the way, when it says LAMP, LAMP, I think that means Linux something MySQL PHP, right? What
Apache.
Apache, that's right, Apache. Yep. for the notes, I just wrote down need to get a command line example for creating the server rather than just doing it with the like the UI because we need to be able to script it and do it yada yada yada. So.
Well, I think I have one. Let me see what I got as I'm getting signed in here.
Yeah, if you can do it via the command line, I'll write it down. So I've got a problem here.
Cloud init. So of course I'm going from the SDK, so I'm doing the gcloud init and do my reinitialize session.
SWB audio capture not registered.
And let's get my DA. I'm not here, so sign up with a new account. My challenge link.
Oh, am I student blah? Student 3 F7
B52. That's
yeah.
my project. So that's gonna be
F7A8.
4.
I'm getting a problem with SSH into it.
You have your firewall rule set.
So the only firewall rule they have here is allow HTTP traffic, and I'm inside the instance trying to SSH to it by clicking on the thing that's supposed to pass your keys, and it's not. And I didn't see any settings. I wonder if you're going to have a problem when you do yours.
All right. So what they want me to do, those are the settings that I need.
Yeah.
I'll leave that on screen and then
let
me pull.
SWB audio capture not registered.
So I need a GCP. So if I was to create this, oops, I think I slid up on it some. If I was to create this instance, I need something like gcloud compute instances create. I want it to be lamp 1-VM. Machine type N1. Standard 2. need a firewall rule.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Queue instances. I left the S off. Let's go with that. I'll update it from the console and then come back to it. Oh, no, I know what I'll do. If I go here and do create instance, amp1 VM. I'm in my project. I'm in my region, in my zone. We want the N1. We want the standard 2. And we're going to allow HTTP traffic. So,
were you looking for the syntax to create the firewall? Was that it?
Yep.
Um,
I just went here and grabbed
SWB audio
after I build it
capture,
out, I just
not
grabbed it all.
registered.
oh, okay. Oh, how did
So-
you do that again? I know I did that before, but I couldn't remember how to get there.
So where you have the create button,
Right.
beside the create button will be the equivalent command
Oh,
line.
okay. Okay.
So you can always grab it out there. And what I'm looking for, I don't see the firewall section in that. Let me
There,
copy that.
I think don't you have to create the firewall first though? The firewall rule, because I worked on an exercise. Let me share this with you.
Yeah.
G-Cloud. Okay, I think I.
Because I would expect if I have that checkbox, I should see an associated tag or a policy somewhere.
for the allow HTTP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sadly, that's not so. I did just like there, and that passes,
Yeah.
but the next step fails, and with the SSH, I'm talking to the chat support guy. He's probably going to say there's a problem with the lab, restart it or something. I just want to see if it hits you with it though.
All right, let me go ahead and kick that guy off.
Cedric, I just sent a command which I had used in the past.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Where you use, if that's what you're trying to do to create the firewall rule.
So that rule, that
Right.
is the allowing of the SSH out. Yep.
Quick.
But what they were having here was actually allowing HTTP traffic. So
okay. So it
in
just
the
means that you replace the rules with TCP TCP 80, TCP colon 80, right?
Yeah, so what I believe is the default network must have a policy that's set to a tag, because
Okay.
tagging HTTP-server is what's specified in the config.
Right. Okay.
So I
Wait.
might circle back to that.
Okay.
I'm okay with what the script told me that it was going to be, but
Okay.
we'll see. All right, so my VM is up.
If you hide that info panel, you'll be.
Yep,
There
get
you
that
go.
out of the way.
And so I'm just clicking on SSH to your right. Go to your right. You almost had it. Right, the column where it says connect SSH to your left now.
Oh, right here.
And I'm saying open in browser window, which is the default. So see if that works for you. Yeah, so it's supposed to be sending the keys over. Looks promising, looks promising. Looks promising, but it's still going, so that could be good. It's still going. Yeah,
So
you got in. What the hell?
Oh, so you don't have to explicitly allow port 22?
SWB audio capture
Not in the
not
console, no.
registered.
Oh, okay.
Because I believe this should be automatic. Like if I go here and take this external,
Yeah.
it should SSH. So
did you save off your what do you call it? Your command line where you
yes,
created it?
I did.
Paste that in chat. Okay, there it is. Is that it? No. That's Musa. I'm gonna redo this lab because this thing is broken. I think what happened is because I created it and I created it wrongly, so I deleted it and recreated it, and it's like
You might have your keys are messed up.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah, I will post
And I'll just
what I used.
Okay, please.
But a lot of that can be pulled out of there. Like there's default options that don't necessarily have to be added.
All right, we're good. We're good.
All right.
So if you grab the key, I know your SSH was denied because of key issue, right? Meaning port 22 is open by default to the world, right?
Yes.
So in my case, it's supposed to send over like user, student, blah blah blah, his credentials, because that's the guy that created the project and created the thing. But I deleted the LAMP 1 VM that I created the first time, and when I went back, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't like it would say keys.
SWB audio capture not registered.
Yada yada yada. So let me redo it.
Yep.
Look up to yeah.
So this is that user that I should be using, but from my SDK, my user is this. So I would have to actually use that user account. But I'm not gonna worry about that right now.
Oh, okay.
So I am in my session with my user.
Can I ask you a favor, Cedric? This is more for my understanding. If you do on the current console window that we're looking at, if you do an ID, does it say student 02?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
And this window came from launching my SSH session here.
Okay. Then if you then there is it automatically creates the SSH keys for you in your .ssh directory. Is that correct? Is there a .ssh directory in that directory?
Nope. But the key that
think
got
it
generated, the key is it came from when this was created. So
Okay.
it's not in that session, but it's actually within the building of the instance. All the
But then how
credentials
do
were
you,
passed.
if you want to, if you're using a
SWB audio capture not registered.
Download your private key
Okay.
so that you can SSH into it from your desktop.
So you have a settings
Does
under
that question
metadata.
make sense?
Yes. So in the compute engine under metadata, you can actually have SSH keys.
Okay.
And there is that SSH key. So if I wanted to do this, I could go here.
Okay, I didn't know that many was available. Okay.
So if I copy that key,
Right.
and oh, do I want to put that here? Sure, I'll do it. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that now. So if I take this key, I put this key in my known keys.
Right.
Then I can use this user to log in.
Log in. Okay, gotcha. Right. Okay, yeah. I just had no idea. But thanks for showing that metadata option.
Yeah.
I did not know how I.
So that's under compute engine under settings, metadata, and you can put keys.
Okay. Okay.
And see, and this is specifically for this login account for this student.
For that student. Okay.
Yep. If I was in my
SWB
own
audio
GCP,
capture
I
not
have my list of
registered.
keys, and I can push my own accounts and usernames and things there.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, Cedric.
Yes.
I'm going to present for just a second, just to see if you guys can know what the hell I'm doing now.
Let me stop presenting.
So all I did was, because I noticed that the thing that you pasted would create things like for your account, right? Because it's like and I was like, I'm not changing all that. So I'm just going to go in and create the instance. And I went in and created the instance, right? So now when I click here, drag this over, yada, yada, yada. It's doing it again. You do not have specific permissions. And so I'm just, only thing I did literally when I created this instance is you change the name, you change it to N1 standard 2, and you set allow HTTP traffic.
Yep.
That was all I did.
And the project looks right. The account looks good. Open up your Cloud Shell.
Yep. In the Cloud Shell, in the previous instance of this lab, I tried to SSH to both the public and the private key. And that failed. So let's see, SSH, Control V.
SWB audio capture not registered.
Tab, and copy the clipboard. This will have the HTTP in it. Nope, no, it doesn't. Okay, very good. So over there, it just kind of like if maybe the thing is not there, but just export. That is QuickLabs GCP 04. That's the same as this project, which is good. But sure.
Because you should at least get the signature. SSH 10/120. I don't think you can get to the. You're not going to get to the internal from your Cloud Shell.
Is it not? I thought it usually was the same IP subnet. Let me see what it is.
But you definitely should get to the external.
Yeah, it's not a 10 dot. So anyway, all right. Well, very good. Well, I will stop sharing. I'll let you proceed. I will continue trying to figure out what is
SWB audio capture not registered.
Cloud incognito window or something.
Yeah, I'm worried about your browser there. Something's definitely happening. All right, so let me. Oh, actually, if I wanted to do this from my Cloud Shell.
I closed my incognito window, so that's closed.
No, that didn't work. Oh, well. Oh, I'm not sharing. Let me go back here. Share screen. Da, da, da. Having fun with GCP today. All right, and I'm back sharing. So I'm gonna slide this over here for now. So I want to add HTTP to my instance. So I'm gonna do my sudo apt get update. Then after I get my update, I'm gonna then install Apache and
SWB audio
PHP
capture
7.0.
not registered.
Okay, I see part of the problem, I think. This doesn't make sense. While you're doing that, let me share something real quick. You don't have to disconnect. I just want to show, I think this is the problem. Or maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. I'm going to cancel that. It looks like the project is the same, but it's different from the username random text. I've got a C17 in my username, and my project ID is a C04. I thought they usually matched. I'm looking at yours.
No,
Yours
mine
doesn't match.
Mine doesn't match.
Okay, well.
All right. restarting the or starting the Apache service.
Did you change your access scopes?
I did not.
Okay, I'm going to say allow full access just for grins. Just for grins and see what happens.
If I take my external address and put that publicly, oh, I lost it. HTTP
SWB audio capture, not registered.
34 72 98 154. I have a web server. So I can check that. And I can check this because the firewall tag must be allowing the traffic. So now we get into the monitoring scopes. And I'm going to slide this page off and replace that with my console page.
Okjay, are you there? Okjay, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, the call is going to end in about 9 minutes. And when it does, in the Slack channel, I'll post the new meeting when we restart. Do you have access to Slack?
Yes, I think so.
All right. Are you doing this lab as well?
Even kijken.
I was just wondering if you had that same error. I've done this like 3 or 4 times trying to get the SSH to work, and it's not working. And it looks like it's like I can't change the roles to get it to work. So I'm kind of like, this should have been set up as I created the account.
Adding the cloud agent to my VM.
SWB
What is the
audio
name of
capture,
Slack?
not registered.
It's Rtp-Gcp.
Do you want the name of the lab or the channel, the Slack channel?
No, it is Rtp-Gcp. Yes, I have here.
Yes.
Installing the stack driver.
And then general.
Yes, it'll be in the general. Compute instances OS login. Compute instance admin.
Adding the login agent. It again. And installing.
Hey, while that's doing that, can you show me your IAM scopes, just out of curiosity? This thing is, yeah, click that, click IAM. Yep. And then scroll down to your student, what again? It should be the one on the bottom. So you just have owner and viewer.
Yep.
And then let me look at your service accounts real quick.
SWB
Close
audio
this.
capture, not
Go back to
registered.
IAM. So your compute, you've got as an editor. I've got as an editor. So, okay, whatever. Quick Lab user service account. You've got BigQuery owner storage admin. I've got, so it looks the same. I added to that student at the bottom compute OS login because that was one of the things that it was saying that I needed, and that did not fix it. So I'm a little confused.
Create a second, share your screen. And let's play with this for a second. We're not gonna make the lab, so that's fine.
Yeah,
we can always kick it back up.
Yep. So there I've got compute OS login as student 3. And that's who I'm logged in as, student 3, right there, student 3. C17, student 3, C17.
Yeah, share your screen.
Oh, sorry, I'm not. Sorry. I thought I didn't do it all the way. There we go. So right there, student 3, C17. This is O2 CO4, but that's what that's what that is. And there's the student. So that's all the right stuff. This is student 2. So this was okay. This is weird. This, no, that's not the student number. That's the thing. So that matches.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
CO4, that's this. So that's the project ID. So that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And it's saying you need one of these, and I've got that, and an IAM service account act as. So an IAM, let me save this over. Go back over. We just did an IAM lab last week, so.
Well, yeah, but before you go there, I'm just concerned about the browser not passing the right information. So you're using Chrome?
Yeah, I'm in Chrome.
Are you sharing your screen?
I am not. So I'm in Chrome, but this is. I mean, these are definitely. Like you don't have permissions, and so I was only going to do is I was going to add this last one real quick. IAM service account act as. So just give me 1 second.
But
I'm listening.
why did yours launch like a shell instead of opening in a browser? Or is that how Chrome is doing it?
I think that's how Chrome is doing it, but it's the same. It's basically the same that you did. So let me see. Service accounts. They're saying act as.
I think that's a Mac thing.
I'm on Linux, so we'll try this.
Oh.
I don't know.
Even better.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Now I know it takes. I'm going to close this. So I know it takes a while for the IAM things to propagate. The role identity thing changes. Let's go back over here. So literally, like you can just click here, or you can click here. If I click there, that's like that normally works, right? But and that's failing.
Interesting.
Yeah. Don't know what's up with that.
SWB audio capture, not registered. 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 SWB audio capture, not registered.